Hi everybody, welcome again to Wingman Wisdom. This is my virtual campfire where we sit around and visit a little bit slower than many YouTube channels in the RV space. We talk about RVing, of course, we'll be talking about that today, but we talk about bigger subjects, life, for example, and we just talk kind of like you would around a campfire. So if that's your kind of thing, you have always got a seat around our virtual campfire. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And by the way, if you already subscribed, turn your notifications on or check to see. I've been told that a lot of people aren't receiving my notifications anymore. So go check your notifications and turn them on. You know, I do 4 videos a week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and sometimes Saturday morning when I remember to do it. So make sure you check and turn your notifications on. Got some good news to report in today's video. I want to start off with. I think I have found one of the best dealers, that I've met in a long time. It's a small mom and pop dealer that they will likely become a member of the RV Dealers I Trust network. Now they are in the Midwest, and gosh, I want some in the East and West Coast, but another really good mom and pop dealership, been around like 50 years, I think. And the short story, I'm not going to name them yet, but they were afraid when Camping World came to town. It's kind of like if you're a small mom and pop hardware store, grocery store, Walmart comes to town. They were scared to death, and for good reason, right? Except after Camping World came to town, the reality was these people, they planned ahead. They added more service base because they knew what was likely to happen at the big chain dealer. And so when people got upset over there because they couldn't get service work done on the RV, they were upset. Guess who benefited? This small mom and pop dealership. I'm going to be visiting with those folks soon, and I'm excited about it. So we are growing the RV Dealers I Trust network. If you have a dealer that you trust, please. I've got hundreds of people that said, not here, not in Arizona, California, New Mexico, Illinois, not in New York. I've got a lot of people saying there ain't no good dealers here, but there's got to be some good small to medium-sized dealers that you can trust, that I can trust. Let me know about them. Go to rvdealersitrust.com and tell me. So, got an email. I'm going to jump over and show you. It's about trusting dealers and stupidity. Stupidity? Yeah. So, this one comes from, Robert. Says, good evening, Alan. As a newbie to the RV world, your podcast has been an eye-opening one for me. Your RV buying report has been a great source to reference. Brought up things every buyer of not just RVs should use. Thank you for your time you put into it to help educate your listeners. You know what? Let's go to the shared screen because this is where I want to go with this. It says, in the past few weeks, you had a guest on, Brad P. of Berryland Campers. He is in your RV Dealers I Trust network. While researching for a new 22 Berkshire XLT 445E motorhome, I came across one listed by Berryland. I contacted them and Jock Milner got a hold of me, was very helpful. Brad, his name is Brad Poche. He runs Berryland Campers. Yes, they are a member of the RV Dealers I Trust network. Jock is my contact over there, one of my 2 contacts. And these dealers promise to provide my viewers with a VIP experience. They will take care of you whether you buy from them or not. And see what happened to Robert here. It says, I ultimately did not go with them because of a mistake I made, but I was very impressed with Jock and his dealings with me. He spent time getting me information I had requested in a very timely manner, was the only one who actually gave me an out-the-door price that I could work with. Though it was not competitive, it was nice to not receive a runaround. And that's what I think. I think that your time is valuable. My dealers, the dealers that I work in my network, they respect your time. The out-the-door price of an RV is all that should matter to you. Don't get tricked. Don't get fooled into, wow, it's only this much. And then after you get through with the finance department, they've added $5,000, $10,000, sometimes more than $10,000. It's the out-the-door price that should matter to you. The dealers that I work with will ask them for the out-the-door price. What does this include? What does it not include? Cut through the crap. My people are good people. There's other good dealers out there. There have to be. But it's nice to get a positive comment about one of my dealers, even if this person decided to not go with them. Let's go to further in the email. It says, Talks about stupidity. A common factor of many of the problems is stupidity, and they seldom take responsibility for said stupidity. It's one thing to have done your homework, vetted the dealer, had the RV inspected, and then winds up with a problem unit. It's totally another when a buyer does not do those things and winds up with a problem because of a crooked dealer or a bad manufacturer, etc. Yes, the dealer needs to be accountable and work with the buyer to fix issues, but where is the accountability on the buyer? I say this all the time. If you're a subscriber to the show, I talk about the R word. Be responsible. This email continues, says, too often in today's reality, we find fault with the seller and refuse to take any responsibility for our own actions. I hate to hear stories of people getting stuck with a poorly made unit, but it would be nice if these buyers would admit to being culpable for some of the issues, and it's not always the seller trying to pull one over on them. Amen. That's the truth. Too many people don't want to admit the truth, but this is the truth. You have to do your homework. To not do your homework and expect to get a perfect experience, that you're setting yourself up for a miserable one. And I don't want you to be miserable. Robert continues, says, it's my experience when the buyer does his homework on picking the right dealer, the right unit for their needs, wants, and tempers the expectation to reality. Many of these transactions turn into a love affair of being an RV owner. Hope the emails made sense. New listener, Robert. Robert, your email makes perfect sense to me. I wish more people would join us around this virtual campfire. I think if they would, especially newbies and people that they don't know what they don't know. I'm an RVer, been a camper RVer my entire life, owned a campground, ran a campground, sat around 1,000 campfires, listened to all kinds of stories, and the wisdom that can be gained here on Wingman Wisdom around my virtual campfire is not unlike the wisdom that can be found and is found at almost every campground in the country. Really smart people, experienced people. We should be viewed, I think, as a resource. Unfortunately, too many other people, especially the younger they are, the less attention they have, less attention span, less respect maybe they have for elders. They don't need it. They don't. Well, guess what? Wisdom comes from what? Experience. And experience comes from, most of the time, not a good experience. So, Robert, thank you very much. Remember, the dealer you buy from is every bit as important as the RV that you purchase. Always has been, always will be. Did you see the thing on the internet recently? I don't know who Lawn Love is, but this came up, and it talks about the worst states for camping. The worst states for camping. If you didn't see it, what do you think? I'm going to give you the 5 worst states for camping. And some of these surprised me. The first one, number 5, was Mississippi. Mississippi. I love Mississippi. Now, I've never camped in Mississippi. I have spent time with the gambling boats down there, but I never camped. Number 4 is Nevada. Now, Nevada is, it's a lot of wide open spaces. I think I like being isolated, kind of away from very many people. I enjoy solitude and where I can think and I can read and it's quiet. But that's just me. So I like Nevada. Number 3, surprised the heck out of me. Louisiana is one of the worst states for camping. Not to me. I love Louisiana. Yeah, they got the storms and they got the weather and the rain and there's all those. You know what? But the people in Louisiana, it's not just the campgrounds. The people in Louisiana are some of the greatest human beings I've ever met in my life. They're fun. They're resourceful. They make the best out of every situation. They bounce back from tragedy. When the storms go through, I just sit there and go, how could they do it? Well, they do it time after time. I love Louisiana. Now, you got to plan around the weather, of course, but I don't know. I love Louisiana. The next one doesn't surprise me. Number 2, worst state for camping, says Rhode Island. Does anybody even camp in Rhode Island? I don't know. It's a little tiny state, I think like 1,200 square miles, very few campgrounds. It's quite expensive. I think there's not a lot of choices there. But what do you think is the number 1? You probably already know. You may have read this. The number 1 worst state for camping in the U.S. Which one is it? North Dakota. Yeah, it's North Dakota. And I wonder why. It's like 0 degrees most of the time in the winter. There's not a lot of facilities out there. The facilities they do have are not like the ones in many of the other states further south where the weather is a whole lot better. But who do you think? What do you think? In fact, do you agree with this? Mississippi, Nevada, Louisiana, Rhode Island, North Dakota. Mississippi, Nevada, Louisiana, Rhode Island, and North Dakota. They say these are the worst states to camp in. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And what is the best state to go camping in for you? What's the one best state? And if you can't mention a state, because you got a couple of them, what region is your favorite to go camping in? I would like to know. Me personally, because I like wide open spaces. I'm not much of a beach person. I've spent many, many years along the coast, but I love the mountains. I love the crisp, cold air and the wind and the change of the weather. And I just love the mountains and I love solitude. But what do you love? What region of the country is your favorite part to camp in? And if you would, again, if you've not yet downloaded my free RV report, go to freervreport.com. Whether you're going to buy an RV or sell an RV, I promise you, you will gather lots of good information that can save you money, help prevent you from making some monumental mistakes. Go to freervreport.com. I don't share your information with anyone. It will take you 1 minute to sign up for the report. If you ever want to get off my email list, no big deal. Just, take you 2 seconds to do that. So freervreport.com. And if you know of a great RV dealer, one that you think that you trust, one you think that I could trust, let me know about it. Go to rvdealersitrust.com. rvdealersitrust.com. Those links are down below in the description. I kind of went on a little bit long today. So thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up. Share it on social media in Facebook groups primarily about camping and RVing. Invite more people. We got lots of room here around the virtual campfire. Thank you again for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.